Perfect.
You really
Epic
did a great
job. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
He really left without
I know.
saying
He
bye.
was kind of.
He sounded kind of sad.
Yeah, I feel
Do you
like I think he's in his feels.
Should we go talk to him?
I know. That's silly of you to say that.
Yeah. Who am I? Sorry,
Yeah,
I just got a little crazy. I forgot that we don't care.
Right.
We so anyway.
definitely do not care.
Yes. Many. Okay, first of all, welcome back to the BM&W
podcast.
But before we forget, because last week I forgot to say a billion things that I wanted to say,
yeah.
and I forgot. So I'm going to get it out of the way now.
Go through them.
Because we have a lot of things to cover in this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So many different things. First of all, we have realized our new biggest fan.
Yes.
He commented 2 podcasts ago. God, I forgot his name.
What did he say? I'll have to look.
I forgot his name. But he commented something that looks like a virus link. Like you click it and then automatically get a virus on your computer and or mobile device. So we really love the little prank that he did. Another little prank that we loved is that 2 people actually unsubscribed from our channel.
Wait, but I think they resubscribed, right?
I think someone did.
Yeah, because we only... Oh, no, we're back in 19 subscribers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys. That was honestly really funny.
Thank you for the 2 people. Yeah.
That was great. And
Thomas
if you want to comment
Carter.
down below... Thomas Carter?
Yep. She commented the time, 23 seconds, and then hot-dataing online. .online.
Wow.
So don't go to that link. You might be scammed. I'm too scared to look at it.
But also do it and then tell us what happens.
Yeah, because I don't want to download a virus on my phone.
And for legal reasons, this is a joke. But if you are not a lawyer and you're listening to this, it's not a joke.
Nope.
Please do it.
Yeah.
Do it. And of course, what was his name? Thomas Carter?
Yep.
Tommy Cart?
Uh-huh.
Tommy Cart. We love you. You're a number 1 fan.
Mm-hmm.
And now these podcasts are solely for the purpose of Tommy Cart.
Right. And please comment that again with another timestamp.
Every single week.
Yeah. And then surprise us with the timestamp. Because that's kind of like a quickie little fun thing.
We usually forget. At least I do. Do you forget what you say?
All the time. I rewatch these podcasts and I'm like, why did I say that?
It's stupid.
I noticed that most of the podcasts I just go, yeah.
Because I talk so much.
No, it's because I never know what to say. I'm just like,
yeah.
Sure.
Cool story. Tell it again. I'm sure they want to hear it.
Yeah.
So those were 2 very things that I wanted to talk about last week.
Yeah.
But I forgot because I was so excited to do our little TV show parody.
Yeah.
And I guess 2 weeks in a row we're doing TV show related things.
Yeah.
Because this week is a monster episode.
Mm-hmm. It's something that was kind of teased last week. If y'all recall, I misunderstood what Garrett was trying to say with one of the lies he gave me, but it was related to my sitcom universe theory. Now you might be asking, what is that?
Hey, Bim, what's a sitcom universe theory?
I'm so glad you asked. So basically, how do I even explain how this started?
I don't know. I just asked you. You're supposed to know the answers.
Sorry.
Genius.
There are 2 different ways that it started. So first, for a while, it only had 3 shows in it. And these 3 shows were Lost, The Office US, and The Office UK. And this was because I was rewatching The Office and I was watching Lost at the same time. And then we were watching Lost and... one of the main characters, Charlie, in one of his flashback scenes, a girl he was dating, her dad was, out going somewhere. He's like, where is he? And then they mentioned that the dad was going to buy the paper company that the UK office is based in.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, that's cool. So they live in the same universe. That's crazy.
That's so wild.
I know. That's so, Charlie could go there and say hi to the gang, and I'm like, that's cool. But then I remembered that David Brent, the main character in the UK office, visits the US office, and there's a whole scene where he comes off the elevator, and they have this little bonding moment, and he introduces himself as David Brent, not as it's not the same actor, it's the same exact character.
Yeah.
So that means hey, they
also exist in
the
the same
so
universe.
it's the whole while something is happening in one place, it's also happening in like, it's the whole universe. Yeah.
Exactly.
But then I was watching The Office, and it was all, I started crying. The minute it happened, I started bawling my eyes out because they were going down to what's that place? And it's not the storage room. Warehouse. Yeah, they're going down the warehouse, and Dwight says, "Remember in Lost when they met the others?" I was like, no.
Because that means they can't exist in the same universe because Lost is a TV show.
Mm-hmm. So what is real? So my first initial thing was that...
What is real?
Literally. My first initial thing was that my first theory was that the US office and the UK office were real and Lost was fake, and just Lost, the show, was referencing a real life company.
Okay,
if that makes any sense.
Oh, that does make sense to me, at least.
Okay.
I don't know if you Nimrods can understand that.
It's like if the UK office and the US office were like real life and Lost exists as a show, like
it's like not show. It's like Lost mentioning Subway.
Yes.
Like it's a real company.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's what my first initial theory was. But then this gets deeper when
it gets
tangled
and even more tangled.
Yeah.
And sis, we forgot our detangler spray.
Uh-huh.
We didn't bring our hairbrush with us on this trip.
No.
So we just gotta pull it apart piece by piece.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So then it started when I was watching Community, and like me starting making this whole theory. Mm-hmm. It started when I was watching Community, and I saw that the actor for Sawyer appeared in an episode of Community as the Black Rider in like the paintball season finale. Or it was the
season 1 finale.
Season 2.
Season 2, episode 1. Season 2, part 1.
Part 1, yes. Second to last episode of Community. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. He's here. Wow. But then I remembered. They made a reference to Lost. They've made multiple ones. Yeah, the show. They've made multiple ones. Abed, the one that I just have off the top of my head.
Episode.
Yeah, the Christmas episode of season 2 when Abed is in like a claymation, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to find the meaning of Christmas, and the meaning of Christmas is season 1 of Lost.
Something like very little payoff or something like that.
Yeah, it's so, yes, it's very, so this means that which one is real? Like, so basically the whole paradox that this is about is, if they see, so they know Lost exists in the world. If they see the Black Rider, I recognized him instantly. I was like, oh, that's Sawyer. So wouldn't everyone else recognize it? Lost was like the most popular TV show of the early 2000s. They would have recognized him and say, hey, you're Sawyer.
You're in that show Lost. That's
that
so
I referenced
dope.
Like a couple episodes ago. But they didn't.
They didn't do it. They didn't say nothing.
So then I went a little crazy.
Then that's Bim. Okay, I want to share my side of the story.
Yeah,
real
please
quick
do
before this escalates. So Bim Snapchatted me. She sent me a video. She goes, "Oh my goodness, it's so funny. In Community, they reference Lost as a TV show, but then an actor from Lost plays the Black Rider." I'm like, "Oh, that's so funny." And then like 45 minutes later, I open a Snapchat and Bim has like the sheet of paper and it just has lines and arrows everywhere with like circles and like little like scribbles, and I'm like, what happened? It was honestly the best thing that has ever happened to me. It's the best Snapchat I've ever received. It's just Bim just like pointing like frantically. Her hair is like mad scientist, and she goes, well, if this is a TV show in this show, but then this actor appears in that show, but then this show has like this kind of brand of potato chips. Well, we didn't do the potato chips.
Yeah, I've not talked about the potato chips yet.
But this thing is 98% Bim. And then 2% is the facts that I know about Community.
Yes. You helped me with the... Yeah,
you helped me with...
I remember. Yeah, the Community community referencing other TV shows Lost, and then... Yeah. Not as Lost as
because
shows.
Most of these shows I have not seen. I've seen The Office. Let me see. I've seen Friends, Community, The Office. I saw one episode of Lost, one episode of Arrested Development. I know of Seinfeld. I know of all of these shows.
Right.
I've only seen
I'll list all the shows we have on here. So we have Lost, like it's in the center of all this.
Lost is not lost on this map.
It is not lost. It's right there. So we have Lost, the U.S. Office, the U.K. Office, 30 Rock, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Community, Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Friends, Mad About You, Seinfeld, and Arrested Development. I have not seen Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Friends, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Mad About You, Seinfeld, or 30 Rock. I've seen the upper half of the graph, but I just realized you guys can't see the graph. Yeah. I think it'll probably be on the thumbnail, though.
It'll 100% be on the thumbnail. And if not, we'll put a link in the description of where we can, like, make a copy of this. Why are you making
promises?
No, we can do it. We'll make a copy and make, like, a shared Google Doc so, like, anyone with the link can access it. But they can't edit it.
Yeah, don't edit it.
If y'all edit it, I swear to God,
I will cry.
So I think the best way to kind of like go about how this web works is just go with how you figured things out. So, like, tell it like it's a story. Yes.
Okay. So I'll start with one of the oldest sets of sitcoms on here. Friends, Mad About You, and Seinfeld. So these ones all were in like the early 90s, I'm pretty sure. And it's like one of the oldest that I could find of people theorizing that they were in the same universe. And this is because
she also has a spreadsheet.
I made a spreadsheet of actors.
She has a spreadsheet as well.
I made it this morning. Okay. So this theory comes from okay. Where do I even... There's so many connections between these.
So many lines and dashes and everything. If you guys should pull this up. Go to the link in the description on our... It'll probably be on the YouTube. Go to the YouTube, and if you're not already on the YouTube, sucks for you. You have to go find it. Go click the link in the description and look at it while Bim is explaining.
Yes, and so that way you guys can fully understand. Excuse me. So basically, in Friends, now I haven't seen it, but Phoebe has a twin sister named Ursula. And Ursula appears in Mad About You as Ursula. And then one of the characters in Mad About You goes in the Friends universe and, like, talks to Phoebe and mistakes her as Ursula.
Word?
Yeah. So, because she was in Mad About You. She appeared as, like, I'm pretty sure, a waitress or something like that. And then in Mad About You and Seinfeld... Let me see. What was the character? One second. I keep forgetting. Oh, yeah. Jerry Seinfeld. So, let me make sure it's not... Oh, Kramer also. So, Jerry Seinfeld and Kramer appear in Mad About You. And obviously Seinfeld. They both, like, as the same character. But then... Okay, so one thing that this theory, like, I've been kind of... iffy about on whether I want to commit to it, same actor equals same character. Because there are some instances where it's the same exact character, but sometimes it's just the same actor. So I'm going to say that same actor, same character. Because it's just easier that way. But even without that, the theory still stands.
Like, if they just make a little cameo without a name, they're the same character.
Yep. Okay. Exactly. So there was more same actor, same characters. There's one... let me see. Monica from Friends appears as, I think, one of Jerry's girlfriends in Seinfeld. Jamie Jamie Mad About You goes to Friends as Jamie. I already mentioned that. And then this is weird. So, Jason Alexander appears as himself in Mad About You, and then his character George in Seinfeld. But then also this random character named Earl in Friends. That's weird. But basically, so you must think all of these shows exist in the same universe, right?
Of course. That's exactly what I'm thinking at this moment.
Wrong!
Oh, God.
This is because the characters in Seinfeld watch an episode of Mad About You on the TV.
On the telly?
On the telly.
Bruh!
So what is it? What? So that means all of these.
So explain yourself.
Yeah, explain yourself, because that must, like, so if whenever the characters in Mad About You appear in Seinfeld, they should be like hey,
you're on that TV show we watched on the telly last night.
Yeah, like they should have noticed them and seen and be like, hey, I recognize you. You're famous. But no, they just keep it going. So that eliminates Friends, Mad About You, and Seinfeld as potential candidates. I forgot the whole point of this. What we're trying to determine is which one of these shows is the closest to our reality.
Exactly.
Which one can be said to be reality. So, crossed off.
Seinfeld, Mad About You, and Friends.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Now, I think we're going to go ahead, and we've already pretty much crossed out Lost, The Office, and The Office. Because of, I mentioned that earlier, it's how can a character, be in the same universe but then mention the show? That's physically impossible. So those are crossed off. Now, we did a little tease of Let's Potato Chips.
Exactly.
So basically, there's this fake
potato chips brand.
Yeah, called Let's.
Was it created by NBC?
I think so, but it's appeared in other ones because it appears in Community, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Arrested Development. And Arrested Development is Fox.
Word.
Yeah. So, at least I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's NBC. So, this is incorrect. Because so that means that all of these shows are in the same universe, right? But they can't be real. Because
we know Let's has a fake potato chips brand created by some higher up in the stratosphere. So none of the shows that have Let's in them can be real because we know it as a fake potato chip brand.
Because it's not real. You cannot buy it in real life. So there's another thing that I kind of more like same actor things. So in Community, the criminology professor, oh gosh, what is his name? Excuse me. What is his name? Buzz. So he appears in Community for a couple episodes, but that actor appears in Parks and Rec as Ben's dad. And then in Community, he has a son that they play D&D with. I forget his name.
Uncle Ian.
Yeah, Uncle Ian from what's his face?
Alvin and the
Chipmunks. Yep. But then he also appears as Tobias in Arrested Development. So this is just fun to think of. Yeah. So but then the criminology professor also appears in Breaking Bad, which I haven't included that in the theory.
We haven't gotten there yet.
But I just find it funny.
Yeah.
Because he's so serious in Breaking Bad, so serious.
And then in Community,
not serious at all.
All of these comics.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Yeah, I just find that funny. So that means that it's him, and then he has two different sons. He has Ben from Parks and Rec, but then also Tobias in Arrested Development. So that means that Tobias and Ben are brothers.
Yeah.
So that's just a funny little anecdote that doesn't relate at all to the theory.
It's cool.
It's just interesting. So let's see. What's next? So that means that we've crossed off Arrested Development, Parks and Rec, and Community, unfortunately, because I feel like if it were really to work out, Community could have been a really
strong contender.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Abed mentions so many different TV shows, and he has a whole knowledge of movies and pop culture.
He knows he's in a TV show.
Yes, so which I think is really funny.
Yeah,
that's why I love Community so much, because they just have whack storylines.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but then also, so we can also eliminate Parks and Rec from this, because Parks and Rec, at least you told this to me, Parks and Rec is mentioned in Community as a show.
I'm pretty sure.
Right?
I don't
okay.
remember.
Yes, that's from Charlotte's research. So that means that Parks and Rec can't possibly be true.
Because it's a show in the most possible contender at the moment.
Mm-hmm. So it's a show in Community, but then it also, but since the criminology professor appears in both of them, so they'd
be like, yo, Buzz.
Yeah, hey, were you in Parks and Rec?
Hey, weren't you in this TV show?
Yeah. But then also, Community references The Office as a TV show.
Yes.
2 times, because they do like a documentary thing where they're like, don't jim the camera.
But then don't jim the camera.
But then also, I noticed it, one of the characters was like, this isn't an hour-long episode of The Office, when, what's his face is trying to get married to what's her face? Britta and Jeffrey we're gonna get married.
Aww.
But then that just didn't happen, and they were like, this isn't an hour-long episode of The Office. So they mentioned The Office, so.
Exactly.
Can't The Office, but we've already eliminated The Office, so it just double eliminates itself. So we've eliminated Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec also has a connection to The Office. This is kind of well known. Karen from The Office appears in Parks and Rec as Anne, and she's one of the main characters of Parks and Rec. Yeah.
Oh, something that we should have taken into account is which season each person like appears in.
Oh.
No. I'm just saying, because like, what if?
And what year?
Yeah, like what if someone moved and like, I don't know, went by their middle name?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying with like the whole same actor thing, because
like, they
it
can
could have
do whatever they want.
Yeah, it very easily could have been like.
It's okay. We're just little girls. We can't figure anything out for ourselves.
No. I am figuring that. I'm breaking the universe.
Pim is like it's a revolution.
I am making things happen. I am.
She moving bricks.
Exactly.
Ra-ta-ta.
Yes. So let's see. Now, next we have Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So this one, oh wait, no, we've already eliminated that one. That's because they mentioned less potato chips.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, but Brooklyn
Nine-Nine.
Nine-Nine.
Something about it.
I mean, yeah, it mentions Friends as a show, and that's double. Many shows mention Friends as a show. Because Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Parks and Rec, Community, 30 Rock, and The Office, because it's a very popular show. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but it's very, very popular, and so that like a billion times eliminates itself because it can't be mentioned as a show in other shows.
Duh.
So yeah, so then Brooklyn Nine-Nine has a lot of, how do I say it? A lot of different similar characters. We have Daryl from The Office appears in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, as well as the main character, I haven't seen it, but the main character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, what's his name? I don't know. He appears in Parks and Rec. Yes, Andy Samberg. He appears in Parks and Rec as like a park guy. He's just really loud. That's the only thing I can remember. He just yells a whole bunch.
Every time I see like a picture of Andy Samberg, I just think of his SNL audition where he's like the out of breath jogger. It's so funny.
What? I dig it.
Yeah, it was funny. So.
Oh, okay. There's something else. So another actor that appears multiple times through many different ones. We have Dennis Feinstein from Parks and Rec. He's the perfume guy. Matt from Community, who is the our director guy from season 6. He appears in like one episode when Chang wants to be an actor. And then some guy named Adrian in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They all appear. That guy. He's the same character, but then it can't happen because of references of Parks and Rec and Community, and
it's like NBC wants us to burn.
I know, really, like they kind of hate us.
Yes.
So what are we left with? We're left with 2 different shows. So first we have Curb Your Enthusiasm. I need to slow down. Oh my gosh, we're only 24 minutes in.
We can talk later after.
I know, yeah.
We can talk later after.
Later after. Okay, so we have Curb Your Enthusiasm, and in Curb Your Enthusiasm, they mention. Actually, no. Wait. So Hugo from Lost appears in Curb Your Enthusiasm as an unnamed character, drug dealer. Mm-hmm. So this unnamed character could very possibly be Hugo, either before or after he wins the lottery. Like, before he wins the lottery, he could possibly be like, I don't know, dealing drugs. Like, he's kind of savage.
He's not afraid of the police.
What was the chicken? He worked at like a chicken thing. They don't pay well, so.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chilling with my homies.
So yeah, But then I started crying because in Curb Your Enthusiasm they mentioned Lost as a show.
Dang it!
So wouldn't they recognize Hugo?
It could have just
Wouldn't they recognize him?
Was it like a whole like scene?
You see, I haven't watched the show. So I can't tell you that, but he's in there.
So it could have been like, he could have just been like,
what if he was
so
just a background
up.
actor? Yeah, I don't know.
Like after Lost,
Let's
he couldn't
see.
find another job.
Wait, the actor or...
The actor!
Wait, 1 second. When did it happen? I think it was in the middle of Lost, though. What the heck is it? Jorge Garcia.
He was on the off season, and he's like, you know what? I need to pick me up. Why don't I start a business?
Yeah. Wait. Jorge Garcia or Hugo?
Jorge Garcia.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Lost was from 2004 to 2010. When was he on? In 2004. Wait, so is this before or after?
Could have been before. Bam.
Whoa. Wait.
Could Curb Your Enthusiasm be it?
I don't know. Maybe. It could.
Okay, I've
wait.
never seen Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I haven't either.
What does Larry David? Does he play himself?
I think so, because that's what I have him down for. Larry David also. Where's Larry David? He plays a character in Seinfeld. A different George.
But do they reference Seinfeld as a show?
Good question.
Do you not have that?
I don't have that, but there's also other multiple actors that are shared between Seinfeld. And there's also a same character between Curb Your Enthusiasm and Mad About You.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, if Larry David plays himself, we know Larry David as kind of like an actor.
Seinfeld.
Like
Jerry.
Seinfeld.
Sorry. Jerry appears in Curb Your Enthusiasm and Mad About You.
Okay.
As himself, I guess.
As himself. Because he would have written the characters.
Mm-hmm. Wait,
Yes.
I need to... What is this? I want to see this episode. So, aired February 8, 2004. When did Lost start?
It could have been filmed before. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
We're
getting a real
September 22nd, 2004.
Whoa! Here I am.
I know, you're making these...
Thinking the other show was going to be it. But here we are.
Here we are. It's still
Guys,
going on.
You can't see this right now, but Bim's twisting her ear. That
Stop.
means she's thinking. The gears are turning.
My brain is
Oh wow,
it's so
too
big.
good.
It's so big. Wow. Huh. This is interesting. Look at him. That's him. That's Hugo. But it's before Lost. It aired in February while Lost aired in September. So they wouldn't recognize him.
Exactly.
They couldn't.
Exactly.
Wow.
He could have been like a drug dealer, like on the run, and then he's like, "Why don't I just go audition for something?"
Just he pulls his life together.
He's like, "Watch, I'm gonna get this part. All right, let's make a bet right here, right now."
Let's do it. Let me see. What was he in it? And was he famous before this? I'm gonna go with no because of
Never heard of any of those.
Yeah. Also because these are all like one episode.
Yeah. So he made a so like okay. Here's what I'm thinking. What happened? What was his name?
Which one?
Jorge Garcia or whatever.
Yeah, Jorge Garcia.
Jorge Garcia. Here's what I'm thinking. He went to, I don't know, high school, and he's like, I'm gonna audition for things, right? Mm-hmm. And he auditioned, and he got a couple things here and there, background characters, little one-liners, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. But then he fell on some hard times. He couldn't get a job, and he's like, why don't I turn to drug dealing?
Oh, yeah.
So he made his own business. He was an entrepreneur for a little bit. Then he's like, why don't I just get back into acting? And his friends were like, no, there's no way. Like, you can't even, like, you are not a good actor. All you've ever gotten are, like, these little parts. He's like, just watch. And then he books Lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Boom.
Sorry, I'm researching when this, okay, so he appears in 2004 on the show, and then they reference Lost in 2007. So that's
a little bit after.
Yeah.
So like Lost is well established.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh my goodness, that's the guy that sold me drugs that one time.
Yeah. Wow, look at you. I'm so proud of you, Hugo.
Moving up in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like what you're thinking.
I like the idea. I like creating that little narrative for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he worked himself back up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow. The American dream. That's the American dream right there.
Yep. Wait, I'm so confused about how they referenced Lost. In the episode, the TIVO guy, Larry...
The TiVo guy. It's okay.
You know, bruh. Oh, never mind. Larry complains to the TiVo repairman about a technical problem in which he can't watch the latest episode of Lost. The repairman then proceeds in ruining the episode for Larry by stating, you know the guy that died a couple episodes back? Well, it turns out he isn't dead because he shows up. Who are they referencing?
I don't know.
What?
It was in 2007, probably like season 3.
Yeah. Who died? I can only think of... Oh, no.
You know who died and came back 3 days later? Jesus.
There you go.
That's who they're referencing.
Yeah.
You got mixed up with Lost in the Bible. It happens to the best of us.
Yeah, really does.
They're both forms of praise and prayer.
I don't want to spoil Lost for everyone, but someone does die, and then they think he comes back.
Go ahead and spoil Lost. If they haven't seen it by now, they're never going to watch it.
Who died? Like, I'm trying to think of who else died, but never mind. So, Locke dies, but then, like, comes back, but I don't know if that happened in 2007.
It's whatevs.
Except he's not actually alive. It was, the smoke monster possesses him.
What?
The
smoke monster.
So, the smoke monster, or actually,
Are they
not...
BFFs with the fishmonger?
The fishmonger? Yes, actually. If anything, Jin would be the... Jin, not Jim. Jin would be best friends with the fishmonger because he's really good at fishing.
Bars.
Yeah, he grew up in a fishing village. Anyway... why are you laughing? It's a main plot of the story.
Fishing village, like District 11 or whatever.
Literally, because he marries. 2? What is it? 13. I don't know.
District 13.
Because he marries. He's like a poor guy, and then he wants to marry this really rich girl. And her dad is like, no, he works at a fishing village, or he's like from the fishing village. And then she's like, please. And then he's like, okay, but he has to work for me. And then he starts working for her dad, and he has to do some sketch stuff.
Sketchy.
Yeah, some very
Nobody
sketchy stuff.
thinks what I think. Bim, I just thought of the
What?
best TikTok.
What?
Did you already make this? You might have been like, I can't remember. You should do like, don't you think it's weird that, like, this actor appears in this TV show and they're like, no, and you go, nobody thinks what I think.
I did something kind of like that. I was like, here, wait, I'll show you. I did make a TikTok about
I can't remember, because it was...
It was the I Wish We Never Met audio.
Oh.
I did, I said, so basically all of these shows cannot exist because the universe they live in is flawed and contradicts itself. And then, person you just asked what my favorite show is. I wish we never met.
Honestly, like, anytime someone's like, okay, what's your favorite TV show? I'm going to pull this up. I'll be like, just a minute.
TV show.
Hand it to them. They're going to sit there and, like, contemplate their life for 50 minutes.
Yeah.
50, not 15.
Exactly.
This is an amateur hour. All right, let's continue.
Okay, here we go. So the next one, 30 Rock. I used to think that this was the answer because...
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember that point in time. It was yesterday, because it was.
It was yesterday. I was so set on this because they reference Seinfeld as a show, and then Jerry Seinfeld appears in 30 Rock, and they like reference. It's like a whole episode from whatever. I haven't watched it, but from what I researched, basically they want, like, the producer of NBC, I think, wants to put Seinfeld in every single TV show or something like that. It's called Seinfeld Vision. And then Jerry Seinfeld, I can't remember if he wants to stop it or start it. So...
If I were Seinfeld, I'd want to do that. I just want to, like, walk across the back.
Right, exactly.
I would want, like, a Stan Lee cameo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would
Yes, want. For sure. And I was, like, so set on this. I was like, yes, this is it. This is the answer, because there's, like, no other really bounding thing. There's, like, a similar actor in 30 Rock and Curb Your Enthusiasm, but as we've, known, Curb Your Enthusiasm could be real.
Yeah.
But then also, so it could be just that it doesn't contradict anything because we think that it's whatever. And then, and also it references Friends and Lost as a show. But this all, unfortunately, it's over because one of the main characters of Seinfeld, I'm pretty sure her name's Elaine. Wait. Did I not put this down? What?
Come on, baby. You have one job.
No, okay. I'm pretty sure it does happen. She appears...
I remember you told me it did.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me look her up. Elaine appears in... what's it called?
30 Rock?
30 Rock, yeah. As a different character. So
not as herself.
Not as herself. So wouldn't they... Yep, it does happen, yes. And it happens in 2010, well after Seinfeld ended. Okay. So that means that wouldn't they recognize her? Because Jerry Seinfeld, he's already there. He's already been there. He's been like, hey, look at my show. So then if they see her, wouldn't they be like, hey, I know you.
You're on that show with that guy who wants to be in every single one of our TV shows.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't they notice it?
Exactly.
But they didn't. They didn't say anything, and she just continued to, I guess, vibe. I don't know.
That's honestly so sad. I'm about to cry, babe. Cheer me up.
Well, 1 second. I need to write this down. But then also Elaine appears in Arrested Development, and I haven't wrote this down, but I'm pretty sure... wait, what? Is that wrong? No. Sorry. I'm going crazy a little bit. But I'm pretty sure Arrested Development mentions Friends. I don't have it on here because I wasn't able to find anything, but I feel like it's just something that would happen.
Yeah.
It's
written in the stars.
Yeah, exactly.
We manifested it.
Yeah, what is manifesting?
I have no clue. I think
There's
it's an avatar thing.
Really? There's so many different, things.
Yeah, because it's either a witch thing. Because I think it's an avatar thing because there's, a little saying that goes with it. Send these things to a place of rejection. You know?
Oh, yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Voice.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's an avatar thing because it also came to light with all the avatar things.
Yeah, it's people are, writing things down, 100 times. Yeah. And then it, happens. And
Can I manifest some driving lessons?
Do it. Haha, loser. Take the L. I have a driving lesson tomorrow. It's my last one.
Yo, get into it.
Watch me crash. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I won't do that.
If you crash, maybe you'll get taken to the hospital where Grey's Anatomy is.
Oh.
And then where Attaway General is.
Oh my goodness.
We should have added Attaway General to this.
But I highly doubt any of these mainstream actors would appear on Attaway General. Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about? Mainstream actor? Dixie D'Amelio?
Oh, sorry.
Griffin, whatever the frick his last name is. That one TikToker with an accent. That one girl with the blonde hair who can't act.
Oh.
That's all of them, by the way.
That's so fun. I need to watch that because it's free on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it.
I watched all of it.
Really?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Really?
Well, it's not that it's not that I enjoyed it. It's it's not that bad because it's 9 minutes each episode.
Oh, okay. I understand.
It's not that much of a daunting task.
Right, like Riverdale.
Oh my god!
Little sneak peek. I think Charlotte's gonna have her own episode.
I hope so because here's the tea. I can't believe I just said that. Erase that from your memories. Men in Black little flashy thing. I never said here's the tea. It didn't happen. If you heard me say here's the tea, no, you didn't. Okay. So I watched all of Riverdale just to get the context for that song that they sing.
Here's to Ronnie
and Archie and oh my goodness, when that episode, because I knew it was coming because they perform at a whole freaking whatever, what's it called? Variety show. It was a variety show. And the minute I saw a variety show, I was it's coming up. I'm so excited. So when that song came on, I felt so completed because I knew why it was so awkward.
Yeah, it's when you explained that to me, I was like, wait a minute, what?
It's so awkward. So, then I realized I want to do a whole podcast episode, a full in-depth study of that song in the whole context of all of Riverdale.
All of it.
So that means I have to rewatch the whole thing, all 4 seasons, to take notes.
And what season are you on? Have you started?
I haven't restarted yet.
Okay,
I need a mental break.
Yes.
because every time I would sit down and watch Riverdale, I would just start laughing uncontrollably.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be great. I can't wait for that episode.
I'm so excited because I watched the first season of Riverdale, and then I watched like halfway through the second season, and then I stopped after. So it was like
you caught up with the.
I caught up with when it was airing on TV, but then also it just got boring because the only thing that I cared about
Who killed Jason?
solved. Well,
and then
the Black Hood. They revealed the identity of the Black Hood, but then apparently they didn't. But I didn't know that. I was like, guess it's the janitor.
It was wild. And oh my god, I was so angry because they just milk it for more and more. And like I had such a motivation and like such a drive to like figure out why they sing that song. And I'm so glad that I did.
That's so epic.
Oh my goodness. And like, oh my god. I can't.
Okay. Don't spoil anything.
I'm
Gosh.
sorry, I can't spoil it. I don't know when I'll be done.
Yeah, probably another month or
years.
so. Yeah.
Because I can't bring myself to watch it.
I believe in. You're so strong. I feel like you can do it.
No, because like till season 3, I didn't know that I wanted to like do a whole podcast episode until season 3, and then I was like, then I tried to write something. I was like, I remember nothing. And like I didn't remember like what happened and like what to throw away and what was important that I should mention, but like what doesn't come.
Right.
It's weird. So then I had to redo it. Now.
Wait. Okay.
Let's go back.
So sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that. No, I just realized I like kind of.
No, it's okay. She had a brain moment.
Okay. So basically, 30 Rock is out.
30 Rock is out.
So right now, I think Curb Your Enthusiasm is our best option.
It is.
Because the only other ties it has 2 actors similar to Seinfeld. And which ones are those? Larry David, who plays George Steinbrenner in Seinfeld. I don't know who that is. And then Jerry Seinfeld, of course, as himself. When
did Larry David appear on George?
I'm pretty sure he's in like multiple episodes. One second.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm pretty sure he's one of the main. He's like a dad or something.
Okay, wait. In Curb Your Enthusiasm, does Jerry Seinfeld say to Larry David, "Hey, thanks for coming on my show that one time"?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because Larry David plays himself and Seinfeld plays himself, so that could have been like a thing. It could have,
yeah. Let me see. That's true. That is true. Okay, apparently he's a real person. He was an American businessman. I meant Seinfeld. Thank you. Seinfeld, Larry David. Oh, wait. Larry David played a real person. George Steinbrenner. Okay. Yeah.
That's weird.
I'm confused.
This may poke holes in our theory.
Yeah.
But like, okay, in the show, neither of us have seen Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
So like in Seinfeld, is Seinfeld like? This sucks. This sucks. I don't like not knowing.
I know, me neither. Because I've Seinfeld was like my mom's favorite show. I'm pretty sure, or one of her favorite shows, and so I've like seen a couple episodes. Just like the only one I can really remember is Festivus, where it's like the day before Christmas Eve, where they put up a poll and insult everyone, and that we celebrate it every year. I'm just kidding. We've only celebrated it like once. There's a picture on my Instagram. Let's see. I don't know. What?
Okay.
Whatever.
Do you know what job Jerry Seinfeld has in the show Seinfeld?
Dude, I have no idea. Let's see.
Because like I know it's like not autobiographical.
Yeah, it's not about himself.
But like he plays. They have the same name.
Yeah.
So like I don't. This sucks because like, are we supposed to think that like?
Oh, wait. Occupation comedian. So
thanks.
He's himself. I'm pretty sure. Wait. Okay, his family is Mortar. Oh, let me see. What is his actual... Jerry Seinfeld's actual dad? Is it the same one?
Oh, did you hear that?
I
That was
did
my
hear
hip.
that.
Did you guys hear that?
It's different. His
So,
dad
this is so stupid.
is a different dad.
This is weird.
Yeah. Well, so basically, I think Curb Your Enthusiasm is maybe the closest one. I've just come to this realization. I used to have a different theory where basically in Lost, because I was thinking to myself, how can all of these universes seemingly exist in the same universe, but then also not because it contradicts itself? Like, how is this possible? And then I realized, what is the main reason Lost happens? Or kind of. So in Lost, again, spoilers, I guess. So they go back in time. Some of them do. So the island, like, moves places, kind of. And so they, like, go, there's this whole thing. And so basically some of the characters go back in time, and they change reality because Hugo helps write Star Wars.
Hugo's a drug dealer.
Right, yeah. He helps write Star Wars and then just, like, other stuff. But then they mainly change time by stopping this explosion or whatever. But then also not stop, whatever. They change it to where the plane never crashes because the whole point of Lost is they're stuck on an island.
Okay, big question.
Uh-huh.
Is this form of time travel Prisoner of Azkaban time travel, or no, it can't be.
It can't be because they change it.
They change things.
Mm-hmm.
Is this X-Men Days of Future Past time travel?
Well, I haven't seen that. But
so basically, when they go back in time, they go back in time to their bodies.
No.
When they were...
No, because they go back to, like, the 70s, and then this one guy, like, meets his dad.
Okay. Word.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other time travel did we think that was... Not Prisoner of Azkaban, there was another...
Cursed Child. It's Cursed Child, because they go back in time, and then they prevent the plane from crashing, and the whole reason they're on the island is because a plane crashed.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's so weird because in the second for like a couple or 2 seasons, I think I need to rewatch Lost. I haven't watched the last couple seasons since the first time I watched it. But basically, there's two. They like have flashbacks between the two different realities. There's like one where they're still on the island and one where
they're not.
They're not,
they
and
never crashed.
But then also it's a little bit different because like. Sawyer is a cop for some reason, and he's like he's kind of a bad guy. He's kind of a criminal. He kills someone, but then he's like a cop. And then Kate, there's something about Kate. But basically, and so it's a little bit of a different reality. But then it reveals at the end that they're all dead. In like the reality that they've been showing us, but we think it's the reality that they. I don't know, but basically what I'm trying to say is I think that in all the different realities that they have, because that reality where they're all dead might be the one where, like, Let's Potato Chips exists. Mm-hmm. But then also the one where they never crash, which I don't know if it's the same. I'm still very confused on how that dead thing works. I know it's a different universe, but then the one where they never... like crash, that might be the one where Friends, Mad About You and Seinfeld exist. But then the original one where they crash on the island might be the one where the office, the US office, the UK office, and Lost really exist.
Word.
But then the one where they just go back in time and Hugo makes Star Wars, which I find very funny because one of the main characters in Lost appears in the newer Star Wars,
which is funny.
Yeah, because you were with me the first time
You're like, wait, that's the guy from Lost.
I was like, that's Charlie. I was freaking out.
That's funny.
But then so basically that my theory for that one is that all of the different universes like of Lost, all the different parallel timelines create a different show that is reality.
Perfect.
Or a different set of shows.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like that theory, I mean, that's like a backup theory because Curb Your Enthusiasm seems to be the answer.
It really does. Because, yeah.
Wow. I think we've done it.
I think we did it.
I think so. Leave you guys' opinions in the comment section. If you have any other, if you've watched these shows,
let us know.
Yeah,
because we have not.
We have not watched these.
3 of these.
I've watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 of them.
Watched 1, 2, 3, and that's 8.
Wow. Which ones have you watched?
Community, Friends, and The American Office. I watched 1 episode of Lost ages ago.
Which one?
The first episode.
Okay. The first episode is really good, though.
I don't know. I think I watched it on Netflix, the first one, and then forgot about it, and then they took it off Netflix.
Yeah, they did take it off Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's on Hulu now. But yeah, that means did you watch like the first part? Because the first episode is split into 2 parts.
I think I watched
just the first part.
The first part. Like I can barely remember it. It was so long ago. I watched it on the Wii.
Oh, stop! No,
I'm not even kidding. I watched it on the Wii.
Wow, so that means you were really young.
Yeah, I was probably in like 4th grade when I watched it.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a lot to take in, I guess. Yeah. Because Lost, I'm pretty sure, I watched like some behind the scenes stuff, and when they filmed the first episode, they were like, it was just like a pilot episode, and they wanted to make it into a movie because it was so good as just 1 episode, but they were like, nah.
Yeah, we'll just,
nah.
No. I mean, that was... Anyway, I think we have to go do some research, add Attaway General to this one.
Yeah, we really do. That'd be so funny if we found out that, like, Jack from Lost appears in Attaway General because Jack from Lost is a doctor.
Word?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean...
I don't know. What if... oh my goodness.
There could be, like, a little memorial for him.
But he's not dead. Actually, no, never mind.
Like,
I totally forgot. Spoilers, Jack does die.
In Titanic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. I'm so glad he died. He was so annoying.
Yeah, but, like, you never know when you're gonna see, a Dixie D'Amelio in one of these shows.
What if, like, she was the baby from The Office? Or, like, any of these shows? I always wonder where the babies from shows go.
Too.
Where are they now?
Because, like, I bet there's some person... Like,
because The Office... had some ugly babies.
Really?
Ugly babies.
Yes, like
ugly.
The Office was one of the most popular TV shows.
They couldn't have got a cuter baby. They were so ugly. Gus Johnson made this video or something on like the top 10 reasons why The Office sucks, and one of them was like ugly babies. And then people like took it seriously in the comments and were like, the babies can't control, like it's like, and they started ranting about
babies can't control how ugly they are.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, they can. Yeah. Don't they know about face tape?
Exactly.
Face tape.
Exactly. There you go. Anyway, I gotta go find myself from the evil timeline of Lost, because I'm pretty sure I'm in there. Or Community.
Both.
But there's probably an evil timeline of Lost, because all these different timelines exist.
I'm gonna go meditate and see if in the darkest timeline I kill you, because I really hope it. But honestly, I think if I kill you in the darkest timeline, that'll make it the brightest timeline.
What?
That'll make it the brightest timeline.
But I think you misunderstood. I think you're mispronouncing brightest as worst, because that means that I would be not alive. I would commit not alive, or you would commit not alive to me.
My mother is not alive.
What?
You know the TikTok. My mother is not alive. But yes, I would commit not alive to you, because that would make my life a whole lot easier. Like, I could just be on this podcast all by myself. I wouldn't have, that kind of burden that is to have Bim on the podcast. But yeah.
But the podcast wouldn't work. It's just W podcast.
Yes, it would.
No. Cut the cameras. Dead ass.